Hello guys, welcome to Team TechDom. In this video, we're going to look at some data types in Python. We're not going to go in depth, we're just going to look at three data types which are popularly used in Python. These are strings, integers, and floats. One thing I love about Python is the fact that it is really smart. It knows all the data types of all variables. This means Python knows when a variable contains a string, it knows when a variable contains a float, an integer, a list, a dictionary. It can differentiate between these data types on its own. We will learn about other data types in Python in subsequent videos, but for now, let's just look at strings, integers, and floats. This will be an overview. So strings. What are strings? A string is a sequence of characters enclosed in quotes. So the quotes could be single, double, or triple. In this first example, we have hello there. It is enclosed in double quotes, as you can see. So strings are basically text. In the second example, we have 14. Thing is, you have to be careful here because you may be thinking 14 is an integer. You're not actually wrong, but in this case, you will notice that 14 is enclosed in quotes, and that's single quotes to be specific. That makes it a string, so it is not an integer in this case because of the quotes around it. Remember that strings are enclosed in quotes. Moving on, we have integers. Integers are whole numbers without decimal places. So they could be positive whole numbers or negative whole numbers. Some examples are -22. In this case, that's negative. We have 0 and 100. Next, we have floats. They're also called floating point numbers. So these are numbers with decimal places. Integers are numbers without decimal places, while floats are numbers with decimal places. That's the difference between the two. Some examples are -25.4, 0.3, 22.0. So we use floats when we want precision. For example, if you're dealing with an amount of money, maybe $25.5, you actually want precision. You want to be precise. In that case, you know the exact amount of money. So in situations like that, you can use floats. If you want to find out the data type of a variable, any variable, all you have to do is just ask Python. There's a function, that's the type function. You can use this function to get the data types of variable. Let's do this real quick with Spider. Okay, so now we're going to create some variables, each containing different data types. Let's start with message and hello there. Right, and the next should be age, and let's try degree. And height. Let's add the quote, maybe 172. Right, that's it. Let me expand this. Okay, so looking at the variable explorer, we can see that Python has already detected the data types already. So the age variable contains an integer, which is 14. Degree contains a float. Height contains a string, and same with message. Now, the height is a string because of the quotes around 172. So if we should get rid of the single quote around it, it's going to become an integer. Let's try this again. Height 172, and this changes to an integer because we got rid of the quote. I'm just going to change it back. Let's add the quotes again. So 1, 7, and so. Right, so Python is showing us the data type here in the variable explorer already, but we can also use the type function to get the data type of the variables. So we start by typing type and the bracket, and then we enter the variable name. For instance, message and str is the output. So this means this variable is containing a string. This will actually come in handy later when working on maybe some projects where we need to make sure the inputs we get from a user is maybe an integer or maybe a string, and we can use this type function to find out if the input we get from users is a string or not, and run some conditions on that. But let's also try this with another variable type. Let's see, let's use degree, and we get floats. Okay, so let's try with an integer. Anyone, type age. So int referring to integer, same thing with str, which refers to strings, and float, well, float is complete already, so float refers to floats. Alright, that's it for this video. We've learned about the 3 most popularly used data types in Python. We also learned how to use the data type function to get the data types of variable. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, just give us a thumbs up by clicking the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to get more content. See you when I see you.